Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Take a seat. Oh, Lord. Come on in. Okay, focus. Focus. Hope that you're all doing amazing, phenomenal, well, feeling blessed, feeling prosperous, feeling abundant, feeling protected, feeling love, feeling like you're living in your truth. My name is Latisse. I do readings on here as well as you can book amazing readings with me down below. You can also check out my podcast down below where I may do readings, but a lot of self journey talk and high talk and all the good stuff. But with that being said, cultivated and created and planted. Let's go ahead and get into this reading. I wanted to do a one card reading. I haven't done a one card reading in a while, and it's exactly how it sounds. I pull one card. Like, it's going to be a lot of channel messages essentially, but also focusing on that one card, the overall energy, the potent energy. And then we're just going to get the messages from that. So let's go ahead and get started. Clear out the energy. I do ring a bell. I do have jingle jingles. And I do sometimes talk in accent if that's what the fuck I'm being channeled. So let's go ahead and get into this. Um, I was kind of feeling my deck because even when I was doing the one card reading, I was feeling the deck that I had created, but not as pulling as it from the one card because I'm going to pull the one card from my tarot deck, the Deviant Moon deck. I'm going to pull that one card from there, but I also was getting the energy of like, in case you need clarification, use your own deck. But I was thinking, that's not my thoughts. As a reader, you really have to understand when it's your thoughts, when it's the channel thoughts, especially if you're getting a channel, whether it's just a drive-by thought is what I call it, where it's just kind of shooting up place of thoughts, you don't know where it's coming from. So it's that energy, and I was like, but it's a one-card reading. I don't need any other cards. I only need the one card of my thoughts, my energy, and if I'm going to use my own deck, I got that from my own thoughts, creations, and energies. So if I'm taking that into that mindset, into that cultivation, I have to realize that it's also letting me know already that you guys possibly question your own words, your own thoughts, your own actions. Because why would I need my own deck to clarify the reading that I'm providing when I created the deck? When I was able to get those message channels or just my own thoughts and energy. So it's letting me know that you are starting to we're going to have to start getting comfortable with your own energy. Like I said, especially if you are somebody that does practice spiritual things, or you are a healer, or things of that sort, and you have to recognize the difference between your voice, your energy, whether this is an actual thought from spirit to put into action, or for just, like I say, a drive-by thought. It's just passing through. So especially if you are a spiritual practitioner. Thank you. I could not think of the word for like 5 seconds. You really want to distinct those things of what to create and not to create, and how to bring that into fruition. Already, like I said, already is letting me know, even before we started, that it's relying on your own energy, your own voice, your own name, your own words, your own ancestors, God, spirit team, who so forth, whatever you put your energy, faith, and belief and intention into. So let's go ahead and get this one card for the collective in regards to the channel messages we're already getting. Mm. Cleansing and clearing can be very, very significant. Music can be very significant. I'm seeing somebody in those sound baths that you go and you're like submerged in the bath and it's darkness and it's almost like you're in a shell and it's like salted water. If you've ever seen Stranger Things, it kind of looks like what they did with 11 in the first season. I haven't really watched other seasons since the first season. Anyhow, anyway, so don't come at me. But it's like you're submerged in that, and it's like you're in the water getting that cleansing, getting that baptizing, but it's like it's cleaning you internally with the frequency, because sometimes they'll have music in there, sometimes it'll just be completely quiet and you're able to hear your own body. Depends on what type of mode you're going into when you're going into the, it's not a sound bath, it's like a water sound bath. I forgot what it's called. But you're in the water essentially, and sometimes they do have different lights, but it's like water therapy shit. That name's gonna fuck me up. If you know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments, please, and thank you, and please. But I see someone in there, and it's like your own, it's like a tuning fork. It's like you haven't tuned yourself yet to your new wavelength, your new vibration that you have cultivated. And so it's kind of like you're noticing the lyrics, we seen the song earlier, something's off key. Somebody's a little pitchy. Something, so it's like you're recognizing that, and Spirit wants you to be able to hone in on your new voice, your relevant voice, not the old one possibly out of fear or insecurity or always constantly looking for reinsurance and things of that sort, where it's like tune into this new frequency that you have already cultivated, that you have created, of abundance, of happiness, of open opportunities, of wealth, of all these things. You have to retune yourself. So that's why I said it wasn't necessarily like a spiritual bath. It's the thing that I'm talking about. I'm seeing somebody in like that sound bath where essentially they just allow their body to get back onto the frequency and alignment that it needs to. Um, so I feel like you've been, it's almost like lagging behind. If anybody's ever seen Steven Universe, it's that episode where he's going to rescue his dad, and they take the Ruby ship, and he's trying to like drive the Ruby ship to get to where they need to go to rescue his dad. Um, and as he's trying to mess with the functions, he's messing with the functions like, I never used this for, and he's going so fast that all he sees, right, which is layers I have, all he sees is their gems stuck to the back of the ship because he's going so fast, and he's like pinned to the back of the chair. He's moving so fast. And then when he explained it, when they all stopped, when he finally was able to pull a stop and get the full force, they all snapped and they back into their bodies, which is hilarious because they're just a projection of light. I love that. Steven Universe can be very significant because it can give me a lot of energy and remedies for that as well. So take a look into that. Him being by the beach, by the water, again, water being significant as well, pulling into that energy. And I'm not even really feeling water sign energy. Hilarious enough around the water. I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling earth energy, and you can have earth placements or earth houses in the earth placements. Excuse me, but it's I'm not even feeling necessarily. And you can have water in your chart, but it's like I'm feeling this really. People feel like sometimes you have to work from the root up when you're working on healing self or working with chakras. You just have to work with what currently feels blocked or stagnant or unfamiliar. And I feel like your visions, your third eye is very open and strong to see visions, get understandings, to get that realm. You speak vocally. It's something with like the bottom, your root, your earth that needs cleansing. Um, in a way, a different frequency, the tune of the earth, and recognize that. It's almost like when birds go quiet or when nature goes quiet right before there's a big natural disaster. It's in tune with the earth. And that's how Spirit wants your body to be. It's like in tune with the earth that you're creating, the environment that you're creating, and recognizing that. Mm, that feels good. Thank you, Ashe. So with you taking this in, with you getting to that, it's you rehoming yourself. And if you really listen to that, I hate people that have loud mufflers in the back of their car, right? For me personally, it's just a sensory thing. And they don't go anywhere. Like all that noise, all that extra, and you don't go anywhere. You don't go anywhere. And it's like you're revving up this loud NASCAR thing, and baby, we both you at the same stoplight as a Prius. So there could be a sign for someone where it's like just because it looks loud, just because it looks flashy, just because it looks like this, it's like it doesn't matter. And the fact that I this sound, this music, this frequency, this tone, the fact that I also have on like Diane, is it Diane or Diana? Diana Lopez. I love them. Like they are amazing. They just play guitar or like the flute or just kind of sing also in a frequency and tone, and they're either in nature or they're driving in a car in nature on the back of it. Like check them out, phenomenal. And I just have them playing in the background. I just chose one from her playlist. This one is Sounds to Surrender To. Let me see because there's not the full title. Excuse me. Sounds to surrender to 3 hours. Healing. Guitar frequency. You just slowly give me the title, but healing guitar. Again, this frequency, this tone, and I wasn't even listening to this music before I decided to press play on here. I was listening to different music, but this sound, this frequency, this tone, this loudness, this it, it's like when they say when you're around like a gun or a bomb. I don't know why that's very significant because even with the drive-by, I typically say it for myself for drive-by thoughts, but it's like it's this loud, the sound, the impact almost breaks the sound barrier. And so they say if you really wanted those movies where it like has that loud high pitch ringing, it's almost like that. And I feel like you're off your equilibrium. So Libra energy can be very significant as well. Um, or you feel like you're off equilibrium, you're off balance because something just exploded, something just happened, something just was very loud. It broke it. It's almost like when you're going up in a plane, your ears pop because you're going on a different altitude. Your body has to adjust. And that's why they say chew gum because it's like you're creating the energy of it already adjusting and being in movement. So yeah, it's something's changing. It's almost like an internal, I don't even want to say like an internal baptism. And baptism keeps coming up as well. You don't have to be Christian. I'm not Christian. It's just this energy of cleansing self, renewing self, being reborn again, but in a different way. Because even when you get baptized for reborn again, you ain't coming out of a coochie. It's true. Let's get this one card in here, Spirit. What a wise man to the I said just one. Oh, I just one. Just one. If you really got to think about it, we got it. But just one. Thank you. So there, I was gonna do more than one. And it slipped out easily. I only got to shuffle it once, which is hilarious. Queen of Wands energy, is Aries energy, first house energy. Knowing your body, knowing yourself, knowing your own thoughts and what is your thoughts, knowing to be confident in your decisions and why you're making them and why you're leading yourself this way, having this assuredness, but also being very charismatic, being very sensual with self, understanding with self. So it's this energy where you're pulling on the Queen of Wands, where you are redirecting yourself to be seen in a way that is ethereal, that is regal, that is powerful. Because Aries energy is about your body. Taurus energy, supporting your body, Gemini communicating with your body, home. You know, we can go down the line, but Aries is recognizing your first home is yourself, right? Your first home, your first actual home, livelihood is yourself, where your energy was currently being created in the womb, right? People say the womb, we getting, we getting in it. Your spirit, where your vessel was being cultivated and created, was in your body. It was being formed in your body. Trigger warning, that's why some don't make it. It's just like, I don't want to be formed into this body or here. You are getting back in touch with your body, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it sounds like, how it reacts, how it thinks, how it moves, how it operates. You're understanding why. Y'all know what I love to say. Nobody should know you better than you know yourself. Nobody should understand you better than you understand yourself. And nobody will. Because anything that anybody's even getting from you to feel like they understand you or know you better than you know yourself is whatever you're showing them or telling them. They can only go off of your movements, your actions, your thoughts, and dictate that. Go off of a pattern recognition watching you, but they still, you can change your mind at night and wake up with a different thought in the morning. They still won't know. So it's really getting you to understand nobody's going to understand you or know you better than yourself, your body, all these things. Some people can be like, yeah, I read energies and I read that. You still ain't going to know that person better than that person. There are serial killers that have passed lie detector tests. That's why they're not good in court. So that's why I said even with the muffler, it may sound or look a certain way. But do they know you? Do they understand you? And spirit is like, that doesn't even matter. Tap into this Aries energy. Do you know you? Do you understand you? Are you willing to go to war for yourself? Are you willing to love yourself? Are you willing to take time with yourself? Are you really willing to put in the work? Because Aries is Mars energy. Are you really willing to put in the work, the dedication, the intention to put yourself on your own pedestal, your own balcony, your own walkway, this own energy to be like, yeah, yeah, I know me. I know what I'm willing and willing to not do. I know where I should and should not leave my team. Why am I saying Lady Tsunade? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. She had to get, she did. Her being able to, thank you, Lady Tsunade from Naruto, being able to balance her own chakra and also being able to heal others. It's almost like I said, if you are a spiritual practitioner, you have to know your capacity, your capabilities, when to exceed that, when to hone those things, when to take a break, take a moment. You're really calling yourself back to yourself in the highest degree, in the highest way, in the highest manner. You're calling yourself back to yourself. You're getting more confident in how you look. I'm hearing you're learning your angles. I'm hearing you're changing your wardrobe. You are really working on recognizing. And I tell people, some people like to call it, it's like, baby, me loving myself, being confident in myself, me adoring myself. It's that I had somebody from DoorDash delivered some groceries a while back. You know, I like to get a pen because I like my food to come to me. I need to know that it's there. Okay. But and I was just like, I love your piercing placements. They was like, oh my god, thank you. I always get so much flack because of how old I am, and people always like, da da da, because I'm a mom. I'm just like, what? I was like, no, you look gorgeous. And asked her who you are. You're adorning yourself. You look good. I love it. She was like, thank you. I needed that. I was like, yes. And so what? People will put a lot of things on there, and it may seem loud, it may seem clear, it may seem like it's doing something, but just like that motherfucking car didn't go nowhere, we just heard it the entire way, and that's a short street, baby, which means you went from that light to that light with all that noise, with all that, and you still ended up in the same place. And so people may be loud, may feel like they're loud. People may feel like they've known you for a long time. People may watch you, but it's how you watch yourself, how you think about yourself, how you move within yourself, how you move with yourself. I feel like you're starting to actually want to take accountability for where you are and what predicament you have put your body and environment in. This is actual physical, especially with Queen of Wands. Wands being physical energy, body energy, earth energy, fire energy, that movement within your own vessel, allowing your spirit to have a cohesion with you, a collaboration with you. I'm feeling it in my stomach. All of a sudden, very solar plexus. Like I said, I feel like you know a lot of things. You understand, like I said, this third eye is open, but it's like you, in your body, it feels foreign. You really got to retune self, recleanse self, reintroduce self to self. Because it's like you're driving down a one-way street and cars are coming this way. You're like, why are the cars coming this way? Because you're going down the wrong side of the road now. You are moved into a different lane, into a different frequency. You can't go this way anymore. And so where your body should be feeling excitement, ease, curiosity, growth, knowledge, all these things, this energy, this discovery of what you do and don't like, even if it's as basic as I like chocolate ice cream. Nah, I didn't even think I would like chocolate. It's simple shit like that, and you're recognizing it versus being it in a way if you're still trying to break. Like, why is it not working? People cannot say that they want change and then be surprised when everything has to change to match that change. Right? Cannot be surprised. Cannot be surprised if I'm gonna take myself for example. You like, okay, I wanna get to bed on time every night. Just to give an example. I cannot be surprised when I cannot stay up longer to watch that show, or I cannot be surprised where I have to set my bedtime routine, my face care, skincare, setting up my bed, my home a little bit earlier. And so I can't hang out as long. I cannot be surprised by me wanting to change one thing. That's why we're doing this one card reading. This one thing, you're one vessel, you're one body, and not expecting a change and an alteration and everything else around it to make sure that it's allowing that, right? It's kind of like having something stuck in your shoe, or like I'm seeing somebody have a splinter. That whole thing is arranged in how you move now until you can get that splinter out, how you interact, if you can get easily irritated, just what you're going to do, how you're going to say. And that's just one thing that's irritating you. So imagine something that's feeding you, allowing you to be yourself, allowing you to feel grounded, to feel warranted and loved and valued in your own body, to recognize your own voice, to recognize like this ain't my energy. I mean, I'm really a lot like this is not my energy. And then when I sit, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because that's for me. I say, but you just have to realize this is not my energy and just flick that shit off you, because once you're changing that, you're gonna realize, oh, I'm going down the wrong way. I'm supposed to be taking a dirt path. I'm going down a one-way street. I'm gonna keep going in this loop, in this circle. And so you're getting more comfortable with your body. You're getting more comfortable with looking at yourself, viewing yourself. You're getting more comfortable with seeing yourself. I mean, like I talk about on here, sometimes I'm like, kind of deal with issues in my stomach, and then I have to realize, is that my thought? And then I go back like, no, that's my auntie's voice in my head. That's my mom's voice in my head. That's old friends that are no longer friends' voice in my head, telling me to tell my stomach this, that, to do all this. And it's just like, no, how do I see myself? How do I view myself? Though, what has this body been through with me? How do I look at myself when I'm dancing? Like, who am I? A lot of butterflies just came. That's my side. So it's things where it's like, okay, now, like I said, friends and I'm no longer around because the way I view myself and the way you're trying to make me view myself because of your own standards of how my body should look or things, I can't be around that. I can't hear that because I'm removing your voices. So it's really coming into this personal adaptation of self, of really getting at home and at frequency with self, and pushing your own narrative by living it out, being your own narrator. I'm trying to think of a movie or a show where the narrator tricks you and you shouldn't believe the narrator. I don't know why that's coming up. Yeah, sometimes your own voice can trick you too. With Aries energy, you also have to be mindful of the ego. You don't need to get rid of your ego. It's there to protect you, to uphold your most valuable image of self, your thoughts and actions, and move in a way that shows, bitch, I'm worthy of more. I'm worthy of better. I'm going to push for better. I can accomplish these things. I'm worthy. I'm in these things. But also the ego gets a little bit too much in the driver's seat. It's filling up a little bit too much of the gas in the car. It can turn into not being able to take accountability and not being able to see where you do need to change and alter things in order for your growth, where you're able to shift your mindset about what you look like now because you're no longer in the environment where you possibly need to protect or shrink or adjust. So you are stepping into your own personal worth in your life. Where you're recognizing nobody knows me better than me, nobody loves me better than me, nobody cares about me better than me. Probably ancestors. Yeah, it's just my own personal experience, not push on you. I check. But here, no, nobody is gonna know you better than you know yourself. And if you feel like somebody does, it's like, how do they? I don't even say every thought. I don't even express every feeling. I don't even have, like, what? No. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I was seeing the Siamese twins, and it's asked like, "You guys share the same thoughts?" And they were just like, "No." And that's not obviously awesome, but watching a few documentaries, and it's like, "No, we don't even share the same heartbeat. Some do share the same heart or whatever, but it's like we don't share a lot of the same things. We have our own hobbies." So it's like if those Siamese, that's a slur. If I remember correct, it shouldn't be Siamese twins. It's something conjoined twins. Thank you, Ashe. Look, and use that word in a while doesn't mean I get to use it just because Ashe. People need to realize that too. But the conjoined twins, when they have their own thoughts, their own hobbies, their own, and they're conjoined, literally in the physical body, but they still know the separation within this physical body that they have shared. So you have to recognize they are separate. They don't even know some things about each other, hilariously or not to some. What makes you think another motherfucker they ain't even conjoined with you 24/7 will know something about you? And so spirit really wants you to get in tune. Whose voice was that? Whose question was that? Whose projection was that? Who's motivated? Like you're really feeding into yourself. Spirit is like, be your own cheerleader right now. Go to war for yourself right now. In a way, and you know what I say, happiness is some of the highest and best protection. Feed yourself right now. In the discoveries that you're learning and the enhancements to yourself, really feed into that right now. Because that is what is causing openings and rebukes. Rebuke it. That's not rebuking. Spirit, you're making up words. We're making up words now, but shit, everybody else does it. You're rebuking the old path, the old ways that you used to see and feel it in your body. You're coming back to feeling comfortable in your own home, in yourself. You're not looking at it way, and sometimes I'm just like, dang, today. I'm just like, that's okay. That's okay. Because sometimes even when you get food from the same exact spot, sometimes you're like, dang, they really wasn't on that shit today. That's okay. That's okay. But as long as you're taking those moments with yourself to ease your ego, ease your mind, ease your body to get more comfortable to that tune of frequency, it allows you a whole lot more. Tap into your first body, tap into your first self. Right? Okay. Well, that has been your one card reading. Get to recognize your own voice. Get to recognize your own movements. Get to recognize your own reactions and actions. Get to recognize your own likes and dislikes. Where you want to, like, what you think and what you don't like. Really, really, don't take on any more that isn't you. Okay. All right. I love you. Love yourself some more. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time.